So what was built to keep us safe is now a thing that's holding us back. Believe it or not, the right time, total fraud. You're literally wasting away your life. Hi everyone, my name is Gigi and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be telling you how to get out of your comfort zone. I've done this personally. I used to be a very anxious person that preferred not to do anything at all because it was too scary. And now every single day, I'm actively pushing myself further and further away from my comfort zone. But it sounds a lot easier than what it actually is. So I'm going to be sharing what a comfort zone is and also how to get out of it, step by step, every single day. So what is a comfort zone? A comfort zone is an area where you feel safe, an area of life where you know exactly what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and you know how to react to it. It's like a preset thing that you've already gone through in your brain. You're used to it, you know exactly how to react. You can almost do it on autopilot because you've done it that many times. Whether this is a certain job, a certain routine, a certain person, this feels comfortable for you, or at least it feels known to you. Because believe it or not, comfort zones aren't always the best place for you. In fact, they can be horrible places. Comfort zones can be abusive, they can be tiring, they can be overwhelming. But the only reason it feels safe is because you know exactly what's happening. This is why a lot of people stay in abusive relationships or in jobs they don't like, because you know it. And because you know it, you feel fine about staying there. This looks like staying in the same place all the time, staying in the exact same routine all the time, saying the same things, waiting for the same reactions, and knowing exactly what's happening next. And one thing is that the brain loves comfort. In fact, the brain will always choose comfort over anything else. Even if you know that something is better for you, if it causes distress to you in any way, if it feels unfamiliar to you in any way, your brain will resist. And when that happens, 9 times out of 10, we go back to our comfort zone because it feels comfortable. It's a mechanism to keep us safe. It's a mechanism to keep us comfortable. But as we know, these coping mechanisms aren't the best for us. Sometimes it can do more harm than good. So what was built to keep us safe is now a thing that's holding us back. And people stay in their comfort zones even when they're not necessarily comfortable, because the fact is they don't want to be judged. They don't want to be embarrassed or ashamed of whatever new things they try. What if it goes wrong? What if you fail? What if people see you fail? The fear of the unknown is usually the biggest factor. What if I do this and it ruins my life? What if I do this and I can't come back from it? What if I do this and I lose friends or family? The unknown is scary, but what is scarier is staying in a comfort zone that means you will never progress. Now, some people know that they're stuck. They can feel that they're not progressing in life and they know that they need to go further, but they believe that they're just waiting for the right time. Believe it or not, the right time? Total fraud. There's no such thing as the right time. In fact, your entire life is the right time. If you wait for the right time to do something, to reach out for that opportunity, to leave your comfort zone because you've suddenly realized it's the right time, spoiler alert, it won't come. It will never be the right time if you are fine staying in that comfort zone. The only way it is the right time is if you make it the right time. So rather than waiting and spending years telling people it's just not the right time yet, you're actually just missing out on all the opportunities you could have had because you've been saying that. If you're waiting for you to build the skill of confidence or to get rid of your anxiety or your depression, that actually won't happen until you start getting out of your comfort zone, you start having experiences. So if you're waiting for that to suddenly go away while doing nothing to help it go away, you're literally wasting away your life and you'll still be inside that comfort zone. Again, getting out of your comfort zone can be one of the most uncomfortable feelings. It's like a whole process of fighting with your inner thoughts to keep you away from your comfort zone. Because the brain wants to resist, it wants to bring you back to where you feel safe. So every time you want to leave that safe place, you want to experiment, your heart quickens, your mind overthinks, you're doing things that feel scary to you, of course you're going to want to go back. It is the default. It is almost like it's built into you to find what is safe and stay there. But the discomfort is a good sign that actually means that you're growing. I like to see it as growing pains. Because you're going further, because you're achieving more, because you're stepping out of your comfort zone in lots of little different ways, that is the discomfort you are feeling. Your brain is going to resist, but what is important here is that you have the discipline to keep going. A lot of people fail when it comes to changing their lives because as soon as they feel that resistance, they go straight back to their comfort zones. A lot of them believe that that's them failing, that it's not meant for them. But in fact, that's just the natural reaction to changing your routines, to trying different things and maybe feeling a little bit of anxiety. You resist against your brain resisting. You fight back. That is what you have to learn. That is the real skill, is that to keep pushing yourself and pushing yourself even when your bad habits, your bad behaviors fight back. And once you keep doing that, once you keep pushing back against your own brain, against your own habits, that is when you'll start to feel the discomfort melt away. If you're pushing yourself and pushing yourself all the time, your brain starts to view that as the comfortable thing. Suddenly, that comfort zone is now a lot bigger. Your brain doesn't view those things as a threat anymore. It's just your normal, everyday comfort zone. Because you're more used to it, the less of the threat it is. And because of that, you will no longer feel the discomfort. And then when that happens, you go further and further and you keep pushing yourself. You'll feel the discomfort again, the discomfort will go away, you push yourself further. It's like a giant loop. That is what discovering yourself is. So it's easy to know what a comfort zone is. And it's very easy for me to sit here and tell you, hey, your brain is going to resist, but you need to resist back. But how do you actually leave your comfort zone and challenge yourself? The first thing you're going to do is identify what your comfort zone is. Look at your routines, look at the people around you, look at your literal environment, your room, your house, your apartment, whatever. Look at what feels comfortable for you. What do you do on autopilot every single day? Start identifying, are these good habits and behaviors and people, or are these bad habits? Are these aiding me, or are these keeping me small? Do these things help me grow on a daily basis, or are they holding me back? That is how you identify what your comfort zone is. Then you're going to start pushing yourself little by little out of that comfort zone. If you realize that maybe going out to work using the public transport makes you uncomfortable, try at least once a week taking the public transport. Once that starts to feel okay, push it to 2 times a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week. If you feel like you can't make friends and you're really shy and you're not good in social situations, try signing up for a book club, a social club, a hobby of yours that you can bond with people over. You can start by just going. That's already a big step. And then you can start maybe introducing yourself to a few people, complimenting a few people, little by little getting out of that comfort zone towards those people. It can also look like having a friend that really encourages the bad behaviors that you have and slowly, little by little, cutting them out of your life. It can also look like jumping at an opportunity you never thought you would do, testing out new things that you weren't really interested in the first place, speaking to new people, going to new places. If you're not someone that usually goes out to eat by yourself, try it. At first, it can be in a really low-key place, and then maybe you can work it up until you're going out for full dinners by yourself. All you have to do is try it little step by little step until you suddenly don't feel the discomfort anymore. And if you find that you're constantly ignoring things, like you go out of your way to not do something, start doing what you ignored, what you avoided. Actively push yourself to do it rather than pretend it didn't exist. This can look like speaking to people on the phone, attending appointments, doing the food shop. Whatever it is that would make you feel uncomfortable, push yourself to do it. And while you're doing that, remind yourself that this is for you. It's not just to get the food shop. It's not just to go to the appointment. It is for you, for your mindset, for the future you. Identify what makes you feel uncomfortable and actively go for it. For me, when I first started making videos, it made me feel incredibly uncomfortable. I couldn't believe I was speaking to a camera, but I was doing exactly what made me feel uncomfortable, exactly what my comfort zone didn't want, but I still did it, and now I'm sitting here talking to you today. So to simplify it, it's identifying what your comfort zone is and then actively doing the opposite. Now, I'm not encouraging people to suddenly start robbing shops and doing illegal things because that makes them uncomfortable and they don't want to be in their comfort zone anymore. But I mean things like everyday activities, educating yourself more, making new friends, getting out into the world, traveling. A lot of the things that people comfort zone won't allow them to do. And keep going and keep going and keep going. When things start to feel normal, push yourself further. When you're getting too comfortable, push yourself further again. The confidence that you will build through doing this is insane. I used to be someone that had little to no confidence at all, and suddenly with pushing myself, doing things I never thought I could do, I have so much more confidence. I believe in myself, I trust myself, and that is all from stepping out of my comfort zone. My comfort zone was so tiny that it literally revolved around my house, my room even. Stepping out of that room was a nightmare for me. Stepping out of the house felt foreign. Never mind going on public transport, going to my job, eating out alone. But the more I did it, the more I pushed myself every single day to be uncomfortable, to do the things that I didn't want to do because I didn't want to be uncomfortable. The less it felt uncomfortable, the less I felt my brain resist. And the more I did it, the more confident I felt, the more untouchable I felt. And then I started to say to myself, well, if I can do this, I can do this as well, pushing myself further. And I can do this as well, pushing myself further again. It's like a snowball effect. The more you do, the more you want to do, the more you want to push yourself, because your confidence will gain and gain and gain. Because I can guarantee you, if you stay in your comfort zone, if you do not get out of that comfort zone, you will go nowhere. I say this a lot, but we only have one life, so why not live that life to the fullest? Why not experiment? Why not have fun with it and be the best version of yourself that you can be in this life? The only way you can do those things is by getting out of your comfort zone, by changing your environment and changing your own habits. You cannot expect to become a millionaire if you're fine working at McDonald's. You can't want a mansion with lots of land while being comfortable to stay in a one-bedroom apartment. You can't be fine wanting a family of 4 while not even being able to speak to someone to start that family with. This is why understanding what your comfort zone is, breaking it down, seeing your habits, and then actively going against it and doing the opposite is why you will achieve your goals. That is all from me today. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to comment down below and I will try and get back to every single comment. Don't forget to subscribe and I will see you in the next one. Bye.